Hello everyone, and welcome to my The Bold Fans channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. B&B spoilers. Does Dylan want to exact revenge on the Forrester family? Even though we still don't know Miss Dylan's last name, she has become a popular topic on social media and spoiler websites for The Bold and the Beautiful. Fans of the soap opera are certain that Dylan's last name will uncover her true motivations and complete the jigsaw. Has she traveled to Los Angeles to get revenge? Is Hayes' art instructor related to someone who was harmed by the Forrester family within the last 2 decades? Dylan drools over Will Spencer. The reason we still don't know Dylan's last name on B&B is probably because the soap opera is attempting to keep it a secret in order to avoid making a major announcement later. Spencer and Logan can be removed from the list of potential candidates. Will Spencer Jr. has a huge crush on Dylan. Hopefully, she won't treat her cousins like way while they're taking a shower. Spoilers for Bold and the Beautiful indicate that the new housemates will fall in love. Electra Forrester will be furious. Meet the newest Marone. RJ Forrester may provide some insight into the Dylan mystery when he returns to Bold this week. RJ Forrester will fall in love with homeless Dylan, according to soap opera rumors. However, they may be connected. According to rumors, Dylan is Massimo Marone's secret daughter Diana, and RJ is actually Nick Marone's son. Dylan's interactions with RJ ought to provide some insight into the matter. To maintain her secret, Dylan will not have an affair with her nephew. We should soon be able to find out if Dylan is the daughter of Sheila Carter and Massimo Marone. Dylan is vying for the Forrester family, which makes sense if she is half Sheila and half Massimo. B&B spoilers. The return of another Spectra family member? Dylan may be a long-lost member of the Spectra family, according to some outrageous soap opera rumors, which is intriguing since she will soon begin working with Steffi at Forrester Creations. Dylan is in a great position to cause chaos at FC on behalf of her ancestors if the story is true, and she is linked to Sally Spectra. What do you suppose Dylan's last name is? Is she attempting to exact revenge on the Forresters on behalf of her family? Carter locks down Daphne while Steffi freaks out over Sheila. According to January 12, 2026 spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Daphne consents to marry Carter, while Steffi and Finn become increasingly worried about Sheila's response to Deacon and Taylor's relationship. What's next on The Bold and the Beautiful? Steffi quickly put an end to Taylor and Deacon's developing relationship after observing it. Because of Deacon's marriage to Sheila, she is adamantly against any romantic relationship between her mother and Deacon. In addition to shooting Taylor in the past, Sheila also shot Steffi and Finn, Steffi's husband. Steffi is concerned because Sheila can do anything when she is cornered. It's only recently that Steffi has become largely unnoticed by Sheila. Steffi would like that her mother-in-law stay out of her life and not interfere with it for the time being. There's a good chance that the deranged and malevolent Sheila of the past will reappear if she discovers the depth of Deacon and Taylor's emotional bond. Sheila had just made significant progress, but this might be the last straw that pushes her back toward the dark side. Daphne, why? It seemed inevitable that Carter would be on his knees by the end of the week when Steffi informed him that Daphne was packing up and heading to Paris. Daphne's wish to create a family was the ideal opportunity for Carter to fulfill his obsession with becoming a spouse. Daphne consents to marry Carter on Monday's episode, and it's safe to assume that their engagement won't last long. Carter wants to be a husband while Daphne wants to be a mother. They can start the process of starting a family sooner if Carter can expedite the wedding. Being a very smart man, Carter understands that this is the greatest approach to retain Daphne in his life. Daphne will be bound to him for the rest of their lives if they have a child together. Carter's past relationships all ended abruptly, generally during or just before the wedding. Though it's unclear if that's a good thing, this time feels different. Daphne and Carter have seldom dated, and her recent remarks demonstrated that they had never formally defined their relationship. The transition from casual dating to being engaged to be married is a significant one, and they may not be able to handle the pressure. The reasons Eric's Bold and the Beautiful retirement won't last long. Ridge might become enraged if Katie takes Eric out of retirement. This week's Bold and the Beautiful teaser suggests that Eric and Katie will collaborate. Ridge will probably be upset that he seems to be joining Katie's new fashion house. Key takeaways. Katie's fashion firm requires a few talented designers. Ridge, Eric's own son, forced him into retirement. He might start the fashion warfare by coming out of his brief retirement to design for Logan. What is happening between Katie and Eric? Sadly, this drama won't start until Friday, January 16th. The Forresters will be upset by Katie's startling revelation. The fact that she is starting a new fashion house called Logan has already infuriated them. Since Logan is Katie's nickname and she had produced collections under that name, Brooke contended that Katie couldn't use the trademark. But since Liam managed to obtain the trademark, Katie was free to act however she liked. She may have found the talented designer she was looking for. She is also interested in Deke, who was recently let go from Forrester Creations. She has an announcement for Bill that might spark the fashion wars and change everything. Eric is coming out of his short retirement. Fans of B&B are well aware that Ridge forced him into retirement. Eric is heading to Katie's fashion house with his finished ideas. His father was persuaded to leave the business he started by why bold move could upset the Forresters' Ridge. Instead of being pleased for her sister, Brooke attempted to squash Katie's fashion aspirations. She was unsuccessful in her attempt to stop the fashion house before its launch. Eric turns into the Forresters' new adversary in a startling power move. Eric declares that he doesn't care when Katie tells him in the preview that she doesn't want to put him against his own son. For a large portion of his life, he has wanted to do this. The grandfather is simply delighted to return to his passion. And if it takes knocking his son down a few pegs to make it happen, he doesn't mind. When they learn the news, Brooke and Ridge will be furious. The news of Katie's new fashion brand has already sent Forrester Creations into a frenzy. During their most recent business meeting, that was all they could discuss. They consider her new name to be a betrayal. Hold off till they learn who will be employed by her. This time, who will win the fashion war? Katie is supported by a capable designer. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers. Next 3 weeks. Dangerous rivalries, romantic twists, and risky temptation. She obviously has nothing to worry about and could finally emerge from her sister's shadow. According to teasers for the upcoming 3 weeks of The Bold and the Beautiful, from January 12th to January 30th, viewers may expect some perilous temptation, romantic twists, and violent rivalry. R.J. Forrester's return and a few scenes with his happy parents, Brooke, Logan Forrester and Ridge Forrester, will take place over the week of January 12th to 16th. R.J., who will be the ideal gentleman as he assists Electra Forrester in putting on a necklace, will also have an interesting conversation with her. Will the show allow R.J. to fall in love with Electra since he isn't a blood Forrester? Fans of B&B can see that Dylan is already drawn to Will, and if she accepts Steffi Forrester's impending Forrester job offer, that attraction may intensify. In addition to the time she already spends with Will at the beach house, Electra will feel uncomfortable about Dylan being around Will at work. In addition to welcoming Eric Forrester to Logan, Katie Logan Spencer is ready to formally hire Deke Sharp. Eric will welcome the opportunity to continue designing because of Katie's fashion house, regardless of Ridge's permission. Following their formal engagement, Daphne Rose and Carter Walton will talk about their aspirations for their families and anticipate getting married soon. Carter and Daphne may finalize some wedding details and notify everyone on their incredible news over the week of January 19th to 23rd. Although there may be difficulties for Daphne and Carter in the future, today should be the calm before the storm. I hope Logan and Liam Spencer will enjoy spending time with their small family with Beth Spencer once more and find time for romantic times. Liam and Hope don't plan to take each other for granted now that they are married again. Naturally, Ridge, Brooke, and Steffi won't approve of Eric's decision to join Logan. Once Eric is prepared to unveil his next career chapter, there will undoubtedly be some intense confrontations. The conflict between Eric and Ridge may worsen during the week of January 26th to 30th. Deke will continue to support Deacon Sharp's divorce while juggling his new design job. Deacon and Taylor Hayes may be close to giving up in a significant sense despite their best efforts to suppress their feelings for one another. Will Deacon and Taylor share a passionate kiss or undress? Taylor might be setting Sheila Sharp up for failure, because she has promised not to allow anyone to meddle in her relationship with Deacon. Things are going to blow up spectacularly once Sheila learns about Taylor and Deacon's actual desires. According to teasers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Sheila's suspicions might intensify in the upcoming weeks and pave the way for problems. Will and RJ will be pitted against one another on the show. If RJ tries to win Electra over, Will and RJ will become bitter rivals, possibly in both business and romance. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers. Katie Logan Spencer stares down a possible press conference nightmare as her dream hangs in the balance despite putting up a brave front. Pressure is rapidly building behind closed doors. The truth of what she's taken on is starting to dawn on her as her design house's official launch approaches. This is more than just a passion project or a token of a loving husband's devotion. One mistake might make her dream a highly visible failure because this is a public gamble. Katie is aware that starting a fashion house is not for the timid. She resisted being intimidated by Brooke Logan Forrester or the Forrester Creations hierarchy, fought tenaciously for the right to use the Logan name, and stood her ground against doubts from her own family. She appears self-assured and determined at first glance, but uncertainty is beginning to sneak in on the inside. A part of Katie genuinely thinks she can be successful. She wants to demonstrate that she is more than Bill Spencer's wife or Brooke's younger sister. She desires a legacy of her own. However, there is another aspect of her that remembers how brutal the fashion industry can be, and how swiftly public opinion can change. That fear is not unjustified. A vivid daydream that encapsulated Katie's deepest fears was plaguing her not too long ago. She saw a fashion show that was supposed to launch her brand as a degrading spectacle. The audience stared in startled stillness before bursting into laughter as models walked the runway in gowns unraveled and seams ripped. In front of industry insiders and the media, Katie envisioned herself standing helpless as her credibility crumbled. She was severely shaken by that image. With his assurance and unshakable trust, Bill was there to bring her back from the precipice. He reminded her that she underestimated her own ability, intelligence, and readiness. Bill, her spouse and greatest ally, has never once questioned her. But even Katie is aware that his support is from love, and love doesn't always shield you from the hard realities of life. Furthermore, it's evident from preview talk for the upcoming year that Katie's journey won't be easy. There will be obstacles for the squad she is putting together. The scrutiny will only get more intense once Deke Sharp formally joins as a designer. Critics won't hesitate to point out that despite his talent, he hasn't been tested. Any error he makes will have a direct impact on Katie's leadership. Her decisions could be viewed as careless or foolish rather than praised as audacious and inventive. Gaining control of the Logan name struggle was just the beginning. Katie must now demonstrate that she is deserving. The impending news conference is relevant in this situation. Katie has experience in public relations, so she is aware of the influence of perception and messaging. The next logical step would be to have a press conference to reveal her fashion house, her vision, and her team. It's a chance for her to take charge of the story, silence skeptics, and establish herself as a significant figure in the field. However, there is a significant risk involved. The harm might be both immediate and long-lasting if the reaction is unenthusiastic and reporters repeat the same complaints that Brooke and Ridge have already expressed. There may be doubts regarding Katie's executive-level comprehension of fashion. Opponents can claim that instead of earning her spot, she is taking advantage of her sister's notoriety or her marriage to Bill. Additionally, it can cause more problems if Katie publicly presents Deke as a key member of her design team. Critics can focus on his lack of experience and portray him as unprepared to perform on a big stage. They can perceive a liability rather than a promise. It's easy to see the press conference turning into a nightmare, complete with pointed inquiries, dubious headlines, and rumors that Logan is doomed before it ever starts. That kind of reaction could be disastrous for someone who is already struggling with self-doubt. If that occurs, Katie might end up back where she started, doubting her leadership skills, her gut feelings, and whether entering this world at all was a grave mistake. Bill will probably intervene once again at that point. He is the one who knows Katie the best, and he won't allow her to give up at the first hint of resistance. Bill will tell Katie that every big brand has to endure mockery before gaining respect, because he knows that hardship is a necessary part of success. It's another matter entirely whether she believes him at that very time. There is no doubt that Katie Logan Spencer is about to embark on the most difficult phase of her career. She might not immediately receive the ovation she wants, and there might be a strong pushback. However, whether or not the media will be understanding is not the true question. It's if Katie can weather the storm long enough to disprove them all. According to spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Katie's determination will be put to the test like never before, so keep an eye on her high-stakes gamble. Katie Logan Spencer officially starts bringing her vision to life this week on The Bold and the Beautiful, and Forrester Creations will soon feel the effects. Katie isn't wasting time looking for talent as her new fashion brand gets ready to take shape. Rather, she is searching the most obvious place, her former employer's hallways. And Forrester Creations might be rocked by that choice. After the power fight last year, tensions inside the fashion house are already high. And since reconciling and regaining control, Brooke Logan Forrester and Rich Forrester have not done much to mend the damage. Many employees feel ignored, expendable, or completely deceived as a result of their leadership style. Now that Katie is providing a different option and a new beginning, Bridge might be dealing with a mass defection they never anticipated. Katie sets her sights on Forrester insiders. Katie knows fashion, but she also knows people. She is aware that loyalty at Forrester Creations has been severely damaged, particularly in light of Ridge's choice to reinstall his son at the expense of other employees. Katie is taking advantage of the opening that this instability has created. Deke Sharp is her first significant objective. Deke was riding high and celebrating what appeared to be a long overdue career breakthrough not so long ago. He thought his career at Forrester Creations was finally assured after landing a sought-after design position. That hope was short-lived. Deke was immediately shunted aside and shown the door as soon as Thomas Forrester returned, as if his contributions and skill had never mattered. Deke is now washing dishes at his father's restaurant, rather than creating designs. He is embarrassed, irritated, and unsure if the fashion industry will ever give him a fair chance. That frustration is evident to Katie. According to spoilers, she makes a potentially game-changing offer to Deke. She's not just giving him a job. She's giving him respect, opportunity, and the possibility to start something from nothing. Deke might not have much of an excuse not to hire him as no other fashion businesses are interested in doing so. And if he agrees, Forrester Creations will suffer a direct setback in addition to Katie's victory. Bridge faces damage control mode. Although Ridge and Brooke are already aware of the company's low morale, Katie's recruitment efforts have the potential to escalate simmering discontent into open revolt. Workers who feel ignored or demoralized could start to wonder why they should continue to support leadership that has shown itself to be erratic and emotionally motivated. In the near future, Bridge might be forced to focus on damage mitigation rather than collection design. The timing couldn't be worse. Forrester Creations can no longer afford internal divisions in light of the emergence of competition under the Logan brand and Bill Spencer's covert support of the business. With each departure, Katie's position gets stronger and theirs gets weaker.
Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.